This is Bryant Lee again, and this is my initial post assignment for the Manic and for the readings. Um, M, let's start there. Um, the most important thing for me in these Manics, sorry, trying to get this camera to act right, is many Christians shy away from servanthood because in reality it means playing second fiddle, taking a back seat, going to the end of the line, or they don't get any fanfare. That's to paraphrase a little bit on that's from Johnston's book, um, Christian Excellence, page 83. Um, I believe that is most important, and I definitely believe that is true because nobody wants to play second fiddle. I don't care who you are, Christian, non-Christian, whoever you are in the world. Nobody can really say that. Yeah, I like to take second place, and that's okay with me. And we're fine with it. I do not believe that. It's speaking for myself. I have been competitive pretty much all my life. That's what I know. So it's something that I struggle with. I have to work hard at. I I was an athlete. I ran track. I played basketball, football, and those type of things. And it still shows in me today. I'm competitive with like anything on my job or I'm competitive in school. I have to somewhat catch myself and take a back seat. And I think I definitely know what the author is stating because in reality, what we're taking a back seat to mostly is to Christ. And that is what we deal with, a struggle with. Mostly more than just excuse me, more than just struggling with the fact that we have to serve other people, but we have to serve. We're really serving Christ, is what he's saying, and we don't like that. I think quite often it makes us feel bad, makes us feel inferior. It's something that I've had to work at, and I've gotten better at, but it's still a struggle. Moving right along, something I agree with. This is from Oosting's book, page 141. Your mission is the portion of the vision you are currently acting. I believe that because I'm a I'm a person that doesn't believe in multitasking. I don't even think it exists. I think you only can do one thing at a time anyway, no matter what you're doing. And I'll elaborate more on that in another topic that I chose for this manic. But you're not really doing several things. Your mission it is a part of that vision. I believe that you're doing as mine is in this particular instance, the part or of this journey or mission, if you will, that I'm on now is my education, my schooling, and what I'm learning now. And so that is what my mission is at this particular time as a part of a bigger vision, um, as into making a difference in the world and serving Christ. This stage of the game, I'm on that missionary level of doing uh, again growing in my education, and that is something that I strongly agree with. Um, the end in Manic, something I don't agree with. I do not agree with Johnston's uh, statements on page 108. It has to do with role playing. It says role playing is vital to our well being. Ah, that I don't really agree with. It signifies to me like a blending in. I believe early on, and I think both these authors have stated that we are unique individuals, and I think that it goes against things that they kind of talk about as far as there are spiritual gifts that we have to offer, and if we role play, we're sort of covering that up, are we not? This is just my insight. I mean, I've thought about it, and I'm still continuing to think about it as I speak. But as I have to turn in this assignment, and I will talk to you guys hopefully more, and you can help me get some better clarity on this topic. Because as Christians, if we blend in, do you think we're being true to ourselves? If we role play, and if role playing is such a vital part, I believe, I don't believe Jesus role played, not that much. He was a standout. He was a radical. That's not blending in. Role playing. I feel like for him would be, I don't know, acting like the Pharisees or something. Holier than thou. Although he was, but he didn't act that way. He didn't role play. He remained true to himself and who was the Son of God, and that is how he acted. And I think that's how we ought to act, because that is what we have to offer to the world. Um, um, as an example, I think of David over in First Samuel. Uh, he says to Saul, "I cannot go with these, for I have not tested them or proved them." And he was denying Saul's armor. Saul wanted to put on David the armor to go out to battle Goliath. David said, "I'm not testing. I can't wear your clothes," and that is what I think. We can't wear someone else's armor either. We have to be who we are in order to be effective. At least I think. Moving right along, the I in Manic. This is interesting. Some well intentioned people wear masks in order to cushion others from the crushing impact of the harsh realities of life. That's from Johnston's readings, page 112. Uh, I gotta say, as a parent, I feel this very well, because as a and that's where it touched me more on. They have this thing going around now where they talk about hovering parents, and we all as parents want to guard our children and protect them and shield them. I think this goes well with that. If we're saying and we want to cushion them from the harsh realities of life, are we doing them any good? Of course not, because we're not always going to be here, first of all, to shield them, and then they won't be prepared in order to um, handle difficult situations. Um, so, yeah, I thought that was interesting. It is interesting because someone said it to me. Those are things that I find interesting, things that you don't hear all the time, and then someone says it, as in Johnston this time. He says, you know, we try to shield and cushion people from uh, the devastating or harsh realities of life. Our children do things and they get in trouble. I've had a situation where my eldest daughter got herself hanging out with the wrong crowds, and got herself in some trouble with the law, and we had to make a decision to whether to continue to just shield her, or we being my wife and myself, or or just say, we're going to have to let her sort of be like the prodigal son, and she has to return. We can't force, as Thomas Jefferson once said, force a man against his will of the same opinion still, and which meaning you cannot change a person's mind. You can't force a person to change his mind. That has to be done only on the person, by the person, excuse me, themselves. That's what repentance is, and they have to change their minds. And I believe that this is what we do as parents, and reflect that, and in other areas of life. I'm sure we'll talk more about this, and others do that as well. Finally, in conclusion, the Sea of Manic. Uh, this is from Oostein's book, page 157. I see keeping many balls in the air at the same time as a means of getting more accomplished. And he's talking about here again. This is what I told you I would touch on a base again about multitasking. I don't believe in multitasking at all. I'm a guy who I set my sights on a goal, and once I get focused in on that particular goal, I I go about doing it. Um, I believe that's what Christ did when he was here. His goal was to save mankind, and he did that. There were things that looked like he was multitasking, but all were part of the grand scheme of the ultimate vision, and that's what he was doing. He was doing particular stages, but it all went along. And so, if we're throwing all these things in the air, I don't think I think we lose sight of the true vision by doing that, and that's what makes this sort of confusing for that he would say that. I think it takes away from the quality of our vision. I believe things should be done, if any, paired up with the main goal. You shouldn't just say, "Oh well, I can't do this today. I'm just going to go and start another project, and then I'm going to start another project." That sounds like the old uh, um, jack of all trades, master of none type things, and that's just my take on that. But again, this is my manic. These are my opinions. These are my views. I'm not a foremost expert, but I am just giving my opinion on these things, and I really don't see this last thing, multitasking, as a means of accomplishing more. Again, this is Bryant Lee. This is my manic presentation for Module 3. Um, I hope you can take something of it. I hope you can give something to me from it, and I look forward to your feedback. Again, thank you.